I'm live. I see somebody that come and say hi, Natalie. So I'm hoping that I'm live. And the one thing I'm gonna ask you is that you let me know if I'm on a mirror image, so I can fix it on my side of the things. So hello everyone. My name is Natalie D'Souza. I'm part of the design team for Altenew, and today we are going to work on some fun stuff. So welcome everyone. Like I said, somebody here from Altenew. I hope it's Angel. I'm not so sure. I hope she got my. I always say I hope she got my supply list because I sent them two together last month and I forgot to resend it. But hello everyone. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let us know where you're watching from. I love to know where you're watching from. I am coming from Toronto, Canada. It is about to rain here. Like we got warning of like severe thunderstorm. So if that were to happen, and when it says severe here is severe, there might be a problem with the electricity. So let's hope that I can get this done before the power goes off. So Angel, I'm just gonna like sidetrack from Angel. Can you please email me um, and let me know what your exact email is so I can send that supply list straight to you? Let me know. It is not that hot today here, but it's very humid. um it was really hot the other day, so I think it's all that, like, it's really bad weather. I think like we're all suffering from bad weather. So hello everyone. Remember, like, if you share the feed at the end of this live, Angel will pick up, or I'll tell you in this case, will pick up a winner for a $15 gift certificate to the shop. And today I'm actually gonna use products from the latest release. I'm gonna mix it with some of the old stuff, but the latest release is beautiful. So I thought we're gonna create something a little bit tropical, a little bit with a vacation feel with it, because here in Canada we're still on vacation. We don't go. Well, kids don't go back to school until September, but I know in the States kids have already gone back to school, so we're still in that summer situation here. So I am going to flip the camera and you guys let me know if, like, the camera is okay, and then we're gonna get started and we're gonna talk about what I'm gonna use too. So give me 1 second, because that's the beauty of working with two cameras, is that I have to control them both. So there we go. So let me know if the image is coming to you guys properly. It's not like mirror image. um that's one thing that I want to make sure, because there's always an issue with that. For some reason my camera likes to flip it. I'm actually going to add extra light to this, so you're going to see like a little bit of extra reflection, just in case, because like I said, it is getting a little bit darker here because of the rain. So okay, so you're going to see, let me tie my hair. I have my my 1 liter of water next to me. That's number 3 of the day. I drink a lot of water and coffee, so I know, Sweden is going, yeah, it's like, the weather's really crazy everywhere. So I have my stuff here. You see my little hands coming, like, right now. So I have the exotic plumerias. How do you say it? We call it plumerias, but that's because I speak Spanish. So these are, I think you call them plumerias. Don't mind my accent, okay? But we're gonna use this as kind of like, the embellishment for a layout. So this is one of the newest releases. It's a stamp, a die, and it has a coordinating stencil. So that's what we're gonna use. We're also going to use, like, the main thing. Let me move this so you don't see it. Oh, we're gonna use some of that too. And what we're gonna use too is the Cute Fruits paper pack. These are 6x6. These are all in the newest release, the August release, and also the Fruity Colors enamel dots. So these are part of the newer release. So let's set aside this, and we're gonna get started. So I've done a little bit of work ahead of time. So like I said, we're gonna work with the exotic plumerias. Plumerias. Again, this beautiful flower. Okay, I've stamped them already using obsidian ink. Well, because I don't want to die cut, even though I have the die cutting machine next to me, because we're gonna use it. And we're gonna color using the exotic, like the stencil that comes in this set. So I am actually going to bring my stamp wheel, but it's buried under all the stuff that I have here. And let me show you what we're gonna work on this format today. This is a different format than one we usually, like, create. I have a lot of journals happening at the same time. This is my gratitude journal for the entire year. So you're gonna see there's things for the entire year, not just like, you know, it has to do a lot with my family. So, you know, I keep like 3 or 4 at the same time. I have my Bible journal, I have my family journal, my personal journal, and my gratitude journal. So I work through those through the entire year. So all you're gonna see me right now is I'm pulling right now my stamp wheel. Let me just peel the cover. Okay, keep it in my beautiful box because you don't want to get rid of the box. The best way to keep it safe and nice and clean is in this little beautiful box. So let's move my little album to the side. There we go. So we're gonna color this. And because this is like a sticky base, all I have to do is just take out my, and it's already attached to the bottom. So I'm able to like color it up without having to worry about the image or the stencil moving. So let me just put the stuff, you know, put everything in place because you guys know that, what is the saying? Cleanliness is next to godliness, and God knows that my table, it tends to get really messy during a live session. So it's better to just keep everything nicely organized. I know that I'm not gonna use this anymore. I'm just gonna set it aside for a little bit. I don't need my cover, so let me put the cover away too, and let me pull out the stencils. So before we go there, let me show you the pictures that we're going to document right now. So this is one of my little cousins, my goddaughter, and they went to the beach in Ecuador. Well, part of our country is tropical, so the beach is there all the time. So this is like at the restaurant, like, you know, in the hotel. So I see a lot of it, like there's like pinks and oranges. I don't want to worry about the yellow. So I want to bring some of those tones onto my layout, and I don't want to make them really shiny. So you're gonna see what colors I'm gonna use. So these are the pictures. So I have my plumeria. I think it's backwards, so you see it properly. Because, you know. So the stencil comes. The stencil one is the one that's gonna define your flowers. So let's just. This is easy. So let me just move it. Do a little bit of magic here. Let's find the. So it's just a matter of finding the little spot here. Because I wanted to stay like, you know, the stencil on the page. So there we go. I think I got it right there. So let me just move the, so there. My stencil is gonna stay in place right there. And I want tones that are really soft. I don't want my flowers to be really shiny. Like, I don't mean by shiny saturated. I want them to be like really soft. So my stencil is in place. Let me get some ink. So you're gonna see my little. So I am gonna use Dusty Pink. I am using Dusty Rose, Eucalyptus, and Frayed Leaf. Those are the colors that I used. Now we're gonna color this. I'm gonna move this to the side because we don't want to see all of this. We're gonna color this with Dusty Pink. Let's move the stuff. Make sure that the table is nice and clean. Yeah. So all I'm gonna do is just dab my little ink blending brush here on the ink pad, and then I'm gonna start kind of right here, not in the on top of the paper, just on the plastic here of the stencil. And then I want to start from the center and then move the ink out. I want the flowers, like I said, to be really soft, but I want to create a little bit of dimension, and by that is I'm going to make them a little bit darker in the center of the flower. So I'm going to deposit the ink in the center and then move my brush towards the edge of the flower, so that it kind of gives that like really soft look to the each one of the flowers. So here we go. It's gonna take us no time to do this. And of course I've done quite a few ahead of time, so don't worry. Again, all the flowers are gonna be the exact same color. You can do 2 colors if you want to. I'm gonna stay with like one single color. I color some of mine are colored with Dusty Pink, and the other ones are colored with Dusty Rose. Again, I'm starting outside on this, like on the plastic, and then moving the brush towards the inside of the petal, and then just kind of go in the center heavier, and then literally just using all the ink on my brush and get a soft application. So there you go. Okay, so we're gonna go to A2, and this is very simple to color. So you can like, the way that I color, you can mass produce flowers with this very easy. So there we go. Again, darker in the center, not even darker, it's just, and then we're just gonna soften it as we go outside of the petal. So that's gonna be, and I want them to be half color but mostly white, because we're gonna add quite a bit of color. You're gonna see the paper that I'm gonna use plus the pictures. I usually use black and white pictures. This time I have color. So I want to make sure that my flowers don't clash and there's no like, rainbow of colors that are just gonna make no sense. I want everything to shine. So to do that, I have to make sure that I play with the tones of my flowers. In this case, I'm making them really soft. Okay, so I'm gonna go keep coloring. Like I said, stencil 1 is the one that's gonna take care of all you flower. Here we go, almost there. So I'm just gonna, and you can do it, like I said, you can do it 2 colors, you can put more pressure, you can do it any, usually plumerias are like, I think they're white with yellow centers. That's how I've always seen them. I think it was one, a friend of mine had them for the wedding. Also I've seen them in like bouquets and stuff like that. They're usually the ones that come up here to Canada, white ones with the yellow center. I don't know if they have other colors inside, like there's other colors, but so I have my flowers, nice and simple. I am going to skip this. I don't know if you can see it. There are the little dots that create the center, like the little pistils. I am not going to use that. I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to work on the leaves. The leaves are easy. It's actually 2 stencils that's going to take, 2 steps. So this is stencil number 2. It's going to define your leaves. What I have to do is find the right spot. Press on my stamp wheel. And I'm going to use frayed leaf for this. Again, I'm going to make sure that the part of the leaf that's closer to the flower gets a darker bit of color. So I'm applying extra pressure there and then just moving my ink blending brush towards the tip of the leaf from there. So it's going to make it darker or more pigmented towards where it's closer to the flower. And then just kind of loosen in color as it moves towards the tip of the leaf. And so there we go. See, I'm showing you how to create one. I've created quite a few ahead of time. So I don't think we're going to use a lot, but just in case, you never know. I have the idea in my mind. Doesn't mean that I know what it's going to look like. So don't think that I've already created the layout. No, I have the idea in my mind, and I'm hoping that it comes out like as what I'm thinking it should look like at the end. Usually it does. So keep your fingers crossed for me. There we go. Simple as that. Super simple. Make sure that all this leaf looks green here. Color at the beginning of the leaf, the one that's closer. And then I'm just going to move this stencil a little bit down and then just add a little bit of extra definition to each one of the leaves. And it's all in one single stencil, so I don't have to go find another one. Just put it in place. And I'm going to use eucalyptus for that. So let me just close this. And I have it here. Okay. And I'm going to go heavy on this, but that's going to create a little bit of dimension, a little bit of interest on the leaves. So simply dabbing the ink brush on the ink pad and then on a circular motion on top of the stencil, starting from the base of the leaf and going towards the tip, I guess, the best way to describe it. And there we go. There we go. So that's all it's going to take. So let's get the inks and the brushes out of the way. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to go and work the pistils. I haven't done that in all my flowers. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. I think I can put my stamp wheel aside for now. Okay, I'll clean this after. But let's clean it out away from the table for the moment. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that. Okay, for the center of my, and then I'm gonna show you. So I have my flowers here. So you see, I have the dusty pink ones are here, and the dusty rose are here. So there's a little bit more of like a brownish tone, kind of a corally tone on this one, and there's more like of a pink tone on this. Now for the pistils, like meaning the center of the flower, I am actually going to use my white gel pen. I have another one just in case, because when you add ink, it tends to plug a little bit. So I'm going to just lightly clean up the tip. And all I'm going to do is just literally color the inside here. I can do it with gold too, but I like white for this. If you hear me, like, you know, my voice went out because I'm like bent down to do this. You see, that's the only thing about this is that you have to be careful because the ink tends to clog the little tip here. So just carefully do that. Let me get another one. And I'm just using a thick, this one is super fine. I'm just gonna go with something a little bit thicker here, just to speed up the process. And this is just like, you know, personal one. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's national television and I have to get this done quickly. And then I'm going to use my gel pen and just kind of add a little bit of extra. See, that's, let's go with my pen. Just a little bit, kind of round down my little petals here a bit. So going quiet, it's not that I'm ignoring you, I'm just trying to get this going. Okay, so I have my flower there. Like I said, I'm switching from my, like, you know, to one that has, the one here, I think it's 0.5. This one is here is 1, so it's a little bit thicker, so the ink flows faster. And that's what I switched to the one that I'm using right now, so that I can get this done on time. And all you want to do is just add a little dot, and then just kind of, these little white lines, it just help you, like, you know, make the petal a little bit rounder. Think of it as the little light that catches, you know, when you see a balloon and you see the little glint that makes the balloon look really round. That's pretty much what I'm creating here. Yeah. And I should have done this ahead of time, but I didn't. Because I was like, maybe I just do it to the ones that I'm going to use, and then I realized that I should have just done it ahead of time. Yeah, and these flowers are beautiful. They're easy to create. They're very tropical, but because you can switch, like, you know, the tones of it, probably my flowers went from being tropical to being a little bit more on, I can make them feel fallish. I can see myself making them look winterish. I think it's like a beautiful flower, and like, if you want to go buy the buck and make, like, you know, plumerias, they tend to be, I'm going to show you when, I'm going to get you closer so you can see. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. So I'm gonna do a few more of the center here. I think you can see the white much better on this one, on the dusty rose ones, because the color is a little bit darker than the pink. So you'll be able to see it here better. If you're using the fine pen, it will take a little bit longer to do this part, like to color the center, just because it's finer. And that's what I moved to a pen that was a little bit larger, so I can do it a little bit faster. Oh, you guys are gonna laugh. I almost screeched because I didn't realize that my dog is underneath the table, like right at my feet, and he just kicked the lamp that I have, the third light, and the light almost fell on me, and I was like, for 2 seconds, and then I saw his paw just come out of underneath the table, and I was like, oh, scared the bejesus out of me. So there. So here we go. We're almost done. And the white little, like this little flecks look better when you have like darker flowers. Not in the lightest, but they're ready. So I'm gonna set them here in my little container. And it's a nice color combo. Okay, there you go. Hello, you're from New Zealand? Kind of on my bucket list of where I should go. So we're ready. We're gonna set that aside. So we have our embellishments. We're gonna move them off my table for a little bit. Let me move my gel pens out of the way. Okay. Okay, so now let's work with the Cute Fruits paper pack. Okay, here we go. This one is super pretty. Let's first bring down my little stuff here. So this is like a little bit larger than what I'm used to using. So I'm going to go straight onto the pages here. I am not going to use pattern paper for the background. So my idea is I want to have this little girl. I'm going to cut this, and I want to use paper to kind of like create clusters around them and just like, you know, embellish with the flowers. So before we start with this, I am actually going to cut the pictures. So start praying for me. See, like I said, I have my die cutting machine here. One of them. So I am using for this the Stitch Scallop Circle die set. Oh, I'm sure it's beautiful. I have a few friends that live down there, and they always say, come over, come. And I'm like, maybe someday, not for now. So too large, I think it's this one here. I measure ahead of the part. See, I have it right there. So it has like 5 of them. I'm going to say that I'm going to use the 2 largest ones for my project. Okay. So I put my picture in place. Now, one thing that you have to be careful is when you're die cutting a picture, you can scratch the photo. Let me just shut up this light so you see. See, there's a lot. I'm adding extra light so you guys can know. So I'm using a piece of vellum to just protect the picture. Okay, so let's go at it. And that's why I don't like die cutting here, because then everything like, you know, shakes. So picture 1 ready. And picture 2 out of the way too. And one of the reasons why I'm die cutting is because I don't want all the yellow from the flowers behind. I want the focus to remain on my little one. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I have my pictures. I am thinking that I need to give them a white frame just to make them pop a little bit more. So let's do that right now. I have some white cardstock here. So I'm just going to go with the larger one. And then we're going to cut 2 at once. So let's do some cutting. I have a lot of stuff here on the side. So around 3.5 inches. This is around 6, so 3.5. I think I cut it too small, but we are going to try to do it all, 2 of them at once. And I'm going to do it forwards and backwards, so that, okay, and then we're going to set this aside for a little bit. second. So let's see how this went. And I'm hoping it did cut both. It did. Perfect. I could use this too, but no, I wanted everything to be round. So here we go. Let me just put that away. So I think, yes, I think a little bit of a frame is going to make them just pop a little bit more. So I already know that's going to sit there. So let me just put them in place. Have my glue tape right here. One. Don't they look like little medallions right now? That's the way I look at them. And two. But it does need that white edge to make them pop out a little bit more. So I have my little, my picture here. I'm gonna need a third white circle. I just look at it and then might as well cut it. Like I said, we are gonna do die cutting today. To the sun that you're in a small can. Oh my God. You need to get the pictures off your camera. Well, let's say it this way. I think the first thing you have to do, and that goes for anybody that takes pictures with your digital camera. So any sort, like even your phone, is you have to make sure that your pictures live somewhere outside of your phone. And by what I mean by that is put them into the cloud, put them into Google Photos. Google Photos is free as long as you keep them on high resolution. If you use an iPhone, I think the cloud is free for you guys too. You just have to make sure that you back your pictures because you never know what can happen. It's happened to me. That's what I'm, saying. That's the first thing you should do. So I need 3 white circles because remember, 3, they're stored in a memory card. Put them on a hard drive. Okay, you always should back your pictures in 3 different places. They live on your phone. They have to live on like kind of a cloud storage, and there should be a hard copy, a second hard copy. That's the way I think about it. I think most photographers will tell you the same thing. You should have it in 3 different places. So here we go. Let's get this going. So I know that I want my pictures to sit like that. This is gonna be my title, so I'm creating my triangle already. But I need to support this. I need to kind of create clusters for this. So here's where the cute fruits paper pack is gonna come and help me. So I've already pulled a few papers from here. I just did 2 cuts. Don't worry, I'm gonna do more die cutting live. So this paper pack, it's super cute. It's a lot of like really bright summery colors if you're looking for something like that. So like bright yellows, there's a scallop. I pulled this because it brings the color of the romper my little goddaughter is wearing. I am not gonna bring that much green. I don't want to bring yellow. Like I said, I'm trying to stay away from the yellow because if I bring yellow, then the flowers behind are gonna pop, and I don't want that to pop. I want the romper to pop, so that's why I picked these 2 colors. I might add a third one, so I don't know. So I've already gone ahead and cut a few pieces. We're gonna die cut more pieces, but just so you see how I'm gonna build this. So like I said, remember cluster. I am thinking that I want to create. Maybe we can go. Again, like I said, I have ideas. Doesn't mean that they're gonna work out like I think they should. So zigzagging. Okay, so it needs a third paper. So we're looking. It needs a third paper. So let's keep die cutting. But then I want this 2 to sit here. I can even go like that too if I wanted to. I'm thinking that it might be also a good idea. Kind of move them a little bit off, as I think is better. A little bit off. Smaller one. I think that's better. So a little bit of an offset, no side by side. Just helps, but it needs a third one. Let's see. We might not need one, but we need to cut one. See where I'm going? You never die cut a photo. I would have said the same thing to you. So I'm not gonna tell you that you're crazy because, you know, past Natalie would have told you no, you never do that. But you have to, sometimes there's magic on, just in this case, I'm gonna show you why I did that. Just look at this. There's a lot of other colors that are not doing it for me. So by just taking that, see how my interest is just on that. Okay, so just to you see, so you have an idea. If I had them like that, see how busy it is, and there's a lot of colors competing. By taking that out, the focus comes. I can cut them into squares, but I thought that playing with circles would be a nice thing to do today. Or scallops. See, I like that already as it is. My pictures pop a little bit more. So I need to bring a few more of these ones. For now, we're just gonna move them to see what it looks like and kind of create the same design, a little bit different. Okay, so just so you see, I'm gonna go the same idea pretty much. Okay, so I need to cut 2 more of each. So let's move the stuff to the side. Let's move the book. Back to the die cutting. And all the just be careful if you're gonna if you're gonna die cut your picture, make sure when you especially are using your plates, they could be scratched from previous die cuts, as you can see mine. Protect your picture. A piece of what did I just tell you? Vellum works. I'm gonna go with a smaller one here. So I used the 2 largest. I'm gonna go with the third one, the middle one, for this. Just protect your picture because it tends to scratch them. So just be careful when you die cutting your picture, okay? So just be mindful of that. It's happened to me before that I've done it and I forgot to put the vellum, and then you see the picture, it just scratches it, and then if you put it because I document in a notebook style on a regular basis, you see it more noticeable that way because you see the scratches, especially because the page is bent, but you see it, so it's not a good thing. If I wanted it to, and I'm gonna save this because you know that I can do something on my page with that. So also whenever you're creating your die cuts, be mindful of where you place your things because you can always use stuff. That will make for a really cute grid design on that page. And I might just save them for a future project with you guys. So we use the negatives, we don't throw anything away. Wouldn't that be fun? You see what what you can do with your negative pieces? So I think that's all we're gonna need for die cutting for the major pieces for this page. Okay, so let's put this away for now. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I like showing you the ideas in my brain. So let's say you want to save this. Well, like I said, I am going to save it. You can easily put it there. Okay. You can easily back your picture in one of this. I will do this. Okay. I will probably do the other one here. Okay. I will put my title down here, embellishment here, embellishment here. I'll probably move them a little bit higher or just add one picture. So let's go with just one picture. I will do one page. I wouldn't do a double page. So just so you see what my idea is. That will be right there. Lines of journal, lines of journal, lines of journal, embellishment, embellishment, and my title. Or my title, lines of journal. So you see, just, whenever you're cutting something, just, keep an eye on where are you placing things. If you scrapbook or even if you're a card maker, then you can use the negative pieces too. So there we go. Let's put this away. Who's saying this is disappointing? Okay, let's see. Let's put up. I don't think I'm going to use any more of this. Let's just move it to the side here. Let's go at it. Let's set this up. Okay, sorry. Separate them by sizes. This way, this way, this way. I have 2 large ones, 2 medium ones, and 2 small ones. Sorry, 4 large ones. So my pictures. I want my photos on a little bit of an offset. Okay. Let's see if I can remember what it looked like what we did. I'll remember, don't worry. Medium one. Okay, medium one. There you go. Maybe I'm moving the picture a little bit more there, closer. There you go. So think about it. Okay. Title. Over here. Large one. I'm gonna follow the same pattern. We're gonna give it much more space on this one. So same idea. Okay, so embellishments. Okay. So one. This is from the dusty pink. This is the dusty rose. So in the empty space, remember you have bigger flowers here, bigger circles here. So I'm not gonna overdo it there. But that's what it's gonna look like on this side. Title's gonna sit here. I can add extra little strips, sentiments after if I want to, but for now we're gonna play with that. Nothing is glued yet. So here. Same idea. Should move a little bit more. Yeah, move this one a little bit more. Okay. So what I'm looking at this is I think I need to cut a little pieces and kind of create this like a little bit more the cluster so it pops a little bit more. But I like what it looks like. See, you don't need much. So now that we're ready, let's glue it in place. So I'm gonna take my flowers for now. Okay, let's take the flowers out for now and let's glue the circles. Okay, let's go ahead. Right to the, I'm gonna spread it out a little bit more. So I'm gonna go to the bottom. You see these beautiful pairs? They're so cute. Here we go. Can keep it a bit there. Let's go with this one. Okay. Attach this one here. There we go. So now my pictures sit right there. Okay. Blue tape, blue tape. I have a, just in case I brought like a refill because I think it's about to finish. So I have the refill on the side just in case. Move this down a bit more. Playing with the idea here. And I'm not pressing because then I know that I can lift it up to put the flowers underneath. So I'm gonna move this down a little bit more. Move this one here. Okay. So that's ready. I'm gonna flip it a bit just because it's gonna help me. I'm gonna start right here. See, I told you, I think I have to change it. Yep. Yep. See, I knew that I had to change it. So give me 1 second. It's super simple. Just pop it in place. There's a little here, and we're good to go. Yeah, there we go. See, I knew it. And I just screwed up, didn't I? Because that was supposed to be my title, so I really didn't. Sorry, my daughter just walked in and she wanted to take somebody for a walk, but I already did. So see what I did? I put it at the front of the white one, so I'm gonna have to cut a second one. I have extra cardstock here. So let me just set this aside. Let's cut the title again. Let's see, here it is. You like the new ink colors? The new ink colors are beautiful. They're very, very pretty. There's like so much to choose from. You have like, you know, the nice muted tones, and there's also the bright tones. So make sure you check them out. I think it's a new formulation of ink. It's actually super nice. It goes smooth. It's beautiful for ink blending. So I'm just going to kind of create a double circle. Nothing goes to waste. Okay, title. Let's bring this back. Let's sit right there. Put it the right way. Let me throw this in the garbage. Okay. So same level. There we go. Can move it out so I can stamp stuff. So let's go on to, and I have 5 of them. 2 of each color, like 3 of the pink and 2 of the rose. So one of the rose is gonna sit here. So I haven't pressed down on the pictures yet, so then I can move them. That's one of the beauties of the glue tape, is until you don't press on it, it doesn't become permanent. I kind of like this. I think I want to go, because it's the darker tone, I want to put them down here on the whiter. This is the dusty rose. Let's see, a little bit of dusty pink at the top. Kind of move it a bit. If I want to kind of move it down a bit more here. And I haven't added any glue yet, so I'm just, you know, moving, playing with this. I think I wanted to kind of make it come out from underneath. I kind of like that. It kind of, because then it's going to help me like to move to the page, tie these 2 pages together. So I like this. I'm going to go ahead and secure it. So instead of following like the straight line, I kind of move them towards the side. See, kind of open them up a little bit, so that the flowers will create like kind of like a little bit of like zigzag motion that is going to put these 2 things together. Okay, so now the empty space here, that's what the flower is going to sit. You see how it kind of moves like this? The circles move this way. The flowers are going to move this one and tie the 2 pages together. So the flowers are going like this. Okay? And then I am going to just, let me see which one's the best way to put this one, just to complete my thing. Yeah, you see? Kind of creates like a sweep, like a sweeping motion on your page. Perfect. So now we glue it. This one is glued. This one is glued. We have to glue this one. And we have to glue this one over here. There we go. I have an extra one for cakes. We'll save it for something else. There we go. Let's put this down. So the bulk of my layout is pretty much done. See? Where am I going to add my lines to journal? So I think I'm going to add my lines to journal right here. So to make sure you guys can see that, I'm going to add them. Like, no, I'm going to add them. I'm going to draw them. So I know This is just gonna help me, like, so it gives you me a point of reference where I can add embellishments and not. I probably type them after, but most likely I will write them because it'll be hard to for me to find the exact shape to kind of create a mask on Photoshop, which is what I use to create my journaling. I type everything and just print it. I find it that it's easier for me to just like copy whatever I have on my journal, type it up, and then print it onto like clear label paper, and then it's just cut and paste everywhere that I like cut it and glue it to whatever I have. So my lancet journal are gonna sit down here. I already know that. So I can add embellishments here. My title is gonna sit here, and I can add. We're gonna see. Okay, so we have for the title. I have the Rainforest Leaves Wreath Builder. So I want this, have a beautiful day and dream big. I know that's my title. Remember how I said I'm not pressing so I can move it? Here's why. You can move it. And let's get some. I haven't even peeled this. Alton sent me this new block, and I haven't even peeled the cover. It's a thing in my last box. Here we go. Have a beautiful day. Have black obsidian ink right here. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you're liking it. So there we go. Have a beautiful day. Again, pray for me that I have it straight. And the only thing that I forgot to bring is something to clean my stamp with. So I'll have to do some surgery after. And I have an ampersand here. Okay. And I have a dream big. Okay. So straight. I know still I have to pull out the little plastic here. I think it's straight. Ish. Remember the word ish. Okay. Keep this handy because I think we're going to use the sentiments of this to embellish. Remember, I have the enamel dots here on the side too. So this back. We're going to add a little bit of extra tape. Let's of course remove stuff. Okay, so now we're going to, hopefully that's straight. There we go. Okay, so let's move it a little bit higher. There we go. Perfect position. You see how straight onto my photos. I'm gonna make the photo stand out a little bit more. So let's just add a little bit of sentiments around here. So first thing that I know is that I like this. You got this. I was thinking maybe, no. I have something here that, let me see. I brought the Shimmery Butterflies hard foil plate. I always create extras. So don't think that I'm going to create it from scratch. I have extras. So I love butterflies. Just in case you guys haven't realized, I love butterflies. So I think I want to have one here. One, this one. Okay, I like that. Okay, so this is the hard foil, Shimmery Butterflies hard foil plate. I think it was last month's release, if I'm not mistaken. It was. I'm going to show you why I know it's last month's release. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to glue it right here. That is all you're going to add in this side. Okay. My title page is done. Lancet Journal, Lancet Journal. We're going to add stuff here. So we are going to go with this Chase the Sun. We're going to add it up here. So again, just remember when you stamp onto the cardstock from the paper from Alton, it has a coating. So don't go and rub it because the ink stays, wet for a little bit longer. So just be mindful of that. Okay. which is the sun again. And then let's put the last one here. And we have hello. Fine, so journal gonna go down here. So we need to go out of here. Okay. All we're gonna add right now is some enamel dots and we are done. Let me just put this away. See, it doesn't, memory keeping doesn't have to be complicated, but keeping it simple. Okay. Enamel dots. And these are the Fruity Colors enamel dots. These are one of the newest releases. So let's get some. Here's what I'm gonna bring some green. I'm gonna bring some of this green and I'm gonna put it underneath here so it makes it pop a little bit more. I'm gonna bring some of this kind of darker red and a little bit of, let's see, one of the yellow ones. The green, yellow. I don't want the yellow. I want, let me see. I'm gonna bring some of the blue. Okay, and then I'm gonna get one of the little hearts here. Okay, that's all you're gonna need there. So now we'll go over here, put some of that red because that's gonna make it pop. I'm gonna lift a little bit there. Okay, because I don't want the red to like kind of come off. So I'm gonna kind of like, you know, tuck it in a little bit. Some of the green here. And then you wanna bring some of that coral tone onto this other one. So there you go. And then we're gonna go down here. Again, a little bit of the red. Again, lift it up. Okay, a little bit of the green. I'm repeating the same colors. And then I want to get a little bit of the coral up here. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. There we go. Not bad. Oh, I'm glad you like it. So there we go. I'm just moving the stuff out of the way. Let me sit down. So there you go. This is one of the new stamp sets. Oh, thank you for, I don't know where you are. It's 4 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, you woke up early, you know, but I'm glad you're here, you know. So there you go. Simple. See, like a nice, even though we have the scallops, that just brings a little bit of attention. The flowers are going to frame your pictures. Giving them the white frame, it just makes them pop a little bit more. And then think about it. You kind of create a vertical line of the circles, but then the flowers kind of go throughout the page. Look, they create a little wave that brings your eye through everything. Okay, a little pop of shine just to create your title here, and we're done. Lines of journal are gonna sit down here. So I can even add another sentiment here, but I don't want to. It's enough. So let me just flip the camera so I can see you guys. Okay, let me see. Second camera. Okay, there you go. See, my hair is all tied up and everything. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, thank you, Angel, for helping with the comments. And thank you all for joining me. I know some of you woke up really early. Some of you are like, you know, it's really late for you guys. Thank you for joining me. And I think I'll see you back in a month from now and a little bit more. So thank you so much for joining me and take care, guys. Let me see. I gotta go into like, you know, this is a little bit different here.